Hey guys, Dale Calvert, appreciate you being here. For those of you that are watching the replay, appreciate you being here as well. Thanks for jumping on tonight. Really excited about what we're going to be doing this evening. I'm going to ask you, please share this with your Twitter followers. We'll get as many people on as we possibly can tonight. I want to make this the most people we've ever had. Got some exciting information. Everybody that gets on tonight, I'm going to give you at least $35 in free training programs. So please jump on. Yeah, I love those hearts. Please jump on. Please share this as you come along. This is Dale Calvert. We're going to be giving away over $35 in free training tonight. I appreciate you guys sharing. If you don't know how to share it, you just swipe across the the bottom of the screen there, and we want to get as many people as we can tonight. This afternoon, what I did, or earlier today, I try to do a Periscope at least one a day. Normally, only one a day, between 12 and 12:30, and we had a lot of people ask some really great questions. I'm going to answer all those questions tonight. We're going to give you a ton of free resources and just help you however we possibly can. So please, when you come on, just swipe your screen. Let your Twitter followers know that this is getting ready to happen. Again, my name's Dale Calvert. I've been involved in the network marketing industry for over 30 years. As a broke distributor, as a frustrated distributor, as a distributor who was able to leave my job and go full time, as a distributor that eventually created $1 million income and then a multi-million-dollar income, and I know exactly how it happened. It did not happen by luck. It happened by design. And I was very fortunate. When I started in the industry, I had a job that allowed me to listen to audio cassettes through a Walkman for literally, I listened to 50 hours a week of audio trainings when I started. Every day, 8 hours a day, 6 hours on Saturday. I didn't even know if the radio worked. I was constantly putting in the right thing from some of the best motivational wisdom of the ages thinkers like Earl Nightingale and Jim Rohn. I also had the opportunity to listen to some great team builders in various companies, Mary Kay, Shackley, Amway, Herbalife, multiple companies. So I know how what happened for me happened. I'm a below average person with above average desire. And I know how it happened, and I believe in my soul because I've been able to duplicate those systems through other people who've then in turn been able to duplicate it through other people. That it's just, I'm very excited about the information I'm going to share with you tonight. So please, if you haven't let people know that about this Periscope yet, please do that. I want to blow it out tonight. And we're going to get started here in about 1 minute. And I'm going to cover the main questions I've got. We're going to talk about how to generate leads. We're going to talk about time management. How do you get control of your time? We took the most common questions that were asked today during our noon Periscope, and I'm going to cover those. I'm going to give you some awesome free resources. So, I appreciate you guys being with me. For me, it's the bottom line. I understand in my mind, I tell people I don't know much about a lot of things. I mean, I really don't. But I understand this business, and I understand it to the point that it literally, the only way I can describe it is it haunts me. Because I see good people that have all the potential in the world, and they continue to shoot themselves in the foot by making the same mistakes over and over, by trying to just force something to work that will never work. And it's discouraging. And see, everything is difficult in the beginning. Even the things that work are difficult in the beginning. It's all about the growth process. It's about bringing concepts, ideas, methods into our comfort zone, about being able to communicate with people. And that's really the product in this industry is people, and being able to communicate with them at a level that is going to make a difference in their life, that's going to register. Because today we're in a world where everything's going in this ear and out this ear and out this ear, and that's kind of the way we live, man. It's just going in this ear and out this ear, and we're so bombarded with fluff, and we got all these self-proclaimed gurus trying to get our attention, and good people enter this industry and they don't last very long because they're never given reality. And it's sad to me. It's sad to see that happen. And because this industry absolutely changed my life at a level that's hard to describe. But I know that if you're willing to do your part, I can't do it for you. But I don't care if you're just getting started or you're making $1 million a year in the network marketing industry. I've been there, and I can help you take your business to a different level. I can help you get your business off the ground if you need to get it off the ground. If you have some people, but you can't get those people to move forward and duplicate. Most of the people that contact me are people that at one time maybe were making $200,000 or $300,000 a year, and now all of a sudden, their income's dropped to 120, and they're thinking, Dale, what's wrong? What am I doing? And it's at that point, it's not too late, but it is getting close to being too late to do anything. And here's the reality. Here's the bottom line reality. There's more people in the network marketing industry that were making $100,000 a year at some point that today are not even in the industry than there are those that are in the profession, in the industry. It's hard for me to call it a profession only because of what it's become. But we need to return to our roots, guys. But the worst thing in the world would be to build a business, get lucky, get to a six-figure income, and not have a clue how to help somebody else do what you've done. And when I look out in the industry, I see a lot of what I call Elvis people, Elvis personalities, that really don't understand how they got to where they got. And the odds of them staying there, honestly, over time, slim and none, because they don't know how to develop the next wave, and the next wave of leaders on their team. So that's where I'm coming from. That's where I've always come from. It's what I've always believed. I've always taught. You can go back and you can go back years and see what I was teaching years ago, and it's the same thing. Why is it? Because my first 3 years, I had the opportunity to internalize and listen to audios, again, over 2,500 hours from wisdom of the ages, personal development speakers, and people who built honest teams that were duplicating in the network marketing industry. Okay, that's enough for the start. I appreciate the hearts as we go through this, guys. Just tap the screen. If somebody's invited you to be on here, I promise you we're going to cover some stuff that's going to make a difference for you in your network marketing business. The number one question I got today was about lead generation and creating leads. How do I create more leads? That's my biggest challenge, Dale. I need to find more people to talk to. I will tell you, of all the things that you need to learn in the network marketing industry, in my opinion, lead generation is the easiest thing to master. It takes time. There ain't no foo-foo dust. It's not going to happen immediately, but if you decide that you're going to become a master at lead generation, you can do it. You absolutely, positively can do it. When we sold our companies in 2000, and our phones started ringing, and people wanted us to come and teach, different ideas to their organizations, whether it be corporately or Super Saturdays. The biggest request I got back then was, Dale, how did you teach your people to generate leads? I need to show my people how to get more prospects to talk to. And I was kind of astounded by that. But looking back, I get it now, because most leaders, quote unquote, in the network market industry never really had to focus too much on lead generation, because they just built it with the natural contacts, credibility that they already had when they entered the industry. And as I've said, the more credibility you have when you enter the industry, the more stagnant your organization will be. The more credibility you have when you enter the industry, the more stagnant your organization will be. And the reason is because they don't know how to generate leads. So I got this book. It's on Amazon. I'm going to give it to all you guys tonight. I know it's turned wrong, but you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. That's the cover on Amazon. And it's called 7 Proven Ways to Create Leads for Your Network Marketing Business. It's the best place to start. Now, are these 7 ways going to give you more leads than you can keep up with? Probably not, depending on your market. They'll create a lot of leads for you, but this is a good basic place to start. We sell this book on Amazon for $7. We're putting it on promotion. Please hear what I'm saying. We're putting it on promotion tomorrow morning, because these Periscopes only last for 24 hours anyway. So I want people that do see the replay to have the opportunity to get it as well, and you'll be able to go and you'll get it free. Now, some of you are saying, "Well, Dale, I don't have a Kindle. I don't have a way to read Amazon books." You can download Kindle for PC on your computer. Just do a search on Google, Kindle for PC. And you can read any Kindle book right on your computer. You can even print this, do whatever you want. But I'm going to give it free to everybody tonight. The URL, I made it a tiny URL so you can get out a pen and paper, guys. You're going to be wanting to write things down tonight, I promise. There's going to be some other things you're going to write down. But it's tinyurl.com/7 capital W, ways, WAYS, capital A, Amazon. tinyurl.com, you can't read that like that, can you? tinyurl.com, and if somebody's watching this, would you please just type this in so the replay viewers, and it'll make it easier for everybody. Just type this in for me. HTTP tinyurl.com/7 ways Amazon, capital W and capital A. That will get you started with lead generation, guys. It's no big mystery. Here's what I believe, and I'm not saying it's you, but it might be. Most people don't want to generate leads. Most people want to figure out a way where they can spend a couple $100 on an ad somewhere and have people calling them on the phone, begging them to join their business, waving their credit card, and they can feel the wave over the phone. They can feel the air, the person just so fired up, waving their credit card, mandatory that they have to join you in your team. It doesn't work that way. If somebody tells you it does, run. It does not work this way. All a lead is somebody that raised their hand and said, you know what, I might be a prospect for whatever you're doing. I would like to learn more. That's the best you can ever hope for. And there's multiple ways to make that happen. Again, the best way to start, get this free. It'll be free starting tomorrow for a couple of days. For those of you that are with us tonight, again, it's tinyurl.com/7 ways Amazon. Next question. Number 2, got a lot of questions this morning about this. And it was, Dale, I can't get myself on a consistent schedule. Time management webinar for network marketers. Okay, I did a whole training on this. It's about an hour and a half. It's 100% free. This is the time management systems that we taught for full-time networkers and that we also taught for part-time networkers. Exactly specific. Now, it will give you a good outline. Here's the secret to time management. It really comes down to not time, but project management. Here's the other thing that you need to understand about time management. Establish, if you're taking notes, establish your schedule first. Then work to fill it. What does that mean, Dale? That means you say, okay, I've got to devote some time to this business if I'm going to get off the ground. When I started in the industry years and years ago, I was a softball warrior. I loved to play softball. Played on 3 different groups, 3 different teams. And it's like, I got to give up some softball. And, I had to make time. But it's like, Dale, do you want to work at this job that you can't stand the rest of your life? Or do you want to find the time to get consistent enough? And see, if you don't get consistent, then it's hard to develop the right skill sets. Think about that. If you're not consistently doing it, it's really hard to get better at what you're doing. Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. I mean, if you've got 8 hours a week to learn how to play the piano, don't try to do all 8 hours the same day. Do an hour a day. And the consistency is what ultimately creates success. Consistent effort doesn't always create consistent results, but it always creates success. Time management webinar, it's free. You can go watch it. It's online. If you go to mlmhelp.com, that's our main website, our blog website, right now, if you scroll down, it's about probably 3/4 way down the page. The webinar's right there. You can watch it at your convenience. You might want to pull it up tonight and bookmark it just so you'll have it. But right there, guys, is the process. There's the system. That's how you get better at managing your time. Now listen to me. Listen to what I'm getting ready to share with you. If time management is your number one issue, master it before you go try to tackle 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, 8 other issues. So, well, Dale, my time management's bad, but I'm scared of the telephone. I don't know how to do this. I need to learn how to do that. What about this? Focus on time management. Watch this webinar. Read a book. Focus on it. Get better at it. Start improving it. And start moving forward. Start getting some results. Start seeing a difference in your own personal progress. And you will get to a point where you got time management. You got time management. I got that. Now what's the next thing I need to focus on? See, entrepreneurs stay in a state of growth. So, that is more important than that concept is more important than trying to get better at your time management and your consistency in your business. Because if you get consistent and you master your time and you plan your time and you get better at that, then you can tackle the next thing you need to deal with. What happens is people are trying to work on 15 different things at the same time, and they're the jack of all trades and the master of none. Next thing, number 3, fear of failure, fear of rejection. That was the number 3 largest comment today: fear of failure and fear of rejection. Rejection is a programmed response. It's an automatic response. You've heard the concept knee-jerk reaction. So again, guys, I could spend hours on just this subject, and I have in the past. We have a program, some of you, it's called Programming Your Mind for Success. It's not available now. We're making some major changes to that, adding some new scientific research on brain cell patterns, and it's going to be awesome when we release it. We don't even have we have the domain, but you can't even sign up for the list when it is going to be released. So I'm not pitching it to you. I just want to tell you that there it is, programming your mind for success. I understand. I've been there, had to do it consciously myself. Here's the first thing you have to understand. It's a program response. If you fear rejection, or if you feel rejection, that is a programmed response. You've probably had that programmed response since you were a child. If you fear that you will fail, that also is a programmed response. When you say, "Oh, I'm afraid this might not work. I might not be successful. I'm going to put my credibility on the line. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then what if I fail?" So, number one tonight I want to share with you is it's a programmed response. Fear of failure, when you feel that, when you have a feeling of being rejected or fear of rejection, those are programmed response. They're emotions in your body. Now, again, I'm going to share with you how to start to overcome these. Okay, and this is going to be very helpful. So you have to, if you're serious about this, then I'm going to beg you to try what I'm getting ready to share with you, because you're going to notice a difference. And it's going to, you will notice a difference. And then, I can recommend some books or some awesome things out there that will really help you. And again, when we can come out with Programming Your Mind again, hopefully by the first of the year, that program's probably helped more people than anything we've ever done, and from all walks of life. It's really, really cool. And again, I can teach it because I went through it. I understand it. I had to go through it myself. Okay, let me see. So understand it's a programmed emotion. It's a programmed response. When you feel fear of rejection, when you get that feeling, maybe because you just got off the phone with somebody you had high hopes for, or whatever the situation is, and honestly, in this business, you can have fear of rejection multiple times. Here's the technique. You say, cancel, cancel. When you feel it, when you have that feeling, you consciously say to yourself, cancel, cancel. You're eliminating, you're putting down that feeling. Cancel, cancel. And then you replace it with a positive. Now, here's what I did. When the telephone just about kept me out of this industry when I started. I'll tell you, it scared me to death. And I can sit behind my office in my desk and rearrange my paper clips with the best of you. I understand. I need to straighten the products on my shelf a little bit, before I pick up this phone. I've made all the excuses. I understand. But we have to understand what's going on in our own mind, our own physical reactions, and we can change those programs. So when you have fear of rejection, you say, cancel, cancel. And this is what I would say. I never see rejection as rejection, only as a chance to refine my skills. I never see rejection as rejection, only as a chance to refine my skills. And then I would say, I cannot control the timing in somebody else's life. SW4. Some will, some won't. So what? Somebody's waiting. SW4. And see, here's what you can do, guys. If you will do this, and you say, "Dale, this sounds hokey. This sounds wah out there on a limb." Okay. It's how your mind works. You can continue to let your subconscious mind yank your chain for the rest of your life if you want to. It's not going to make a difference to me, guys, one way or the other. How long have you had this fear of rejection? How long? Do you want to continue? Or do you want to move forward? Jump this hurdle and let's run. And I want to encourage you, and here's the thing, you can get past it. You absolutely can get past it, no question. Is there going to be some foo-foo dust that somebody's going to sprinkle on you and all of a sudden you're past it? No, you got to do your part. Well, Dale, I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. It's sucking on your thumb. Get past it. Decide tonight, I'm getting past it. Well, how do you get past it? I never see rejection as rejection, only as a chance to improve my skills. SW4. Some will, some won't. So what? Somebody is waiting for you. SW4. SW4. I had organizations, thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and you ask any of them what SW4 means, they know exactly what it means. They know exactly what it means. And they knew when they started to feel that rejection, SW4. Some will, some won't. So what? Somebody's waiting. Guys, implement this. It will make a difference for you. The other thing is success is fear of failure. Fear of failure. Fear of failure. I want to see if you can see this. This audio right there. It's by Jim Rohn. And it's called How to Build a Network Marketing Business. You can probably, I think we have it at MLM Help, but you can probably find it on Amazon. Okay, that CD right there. One day I'll tell you the backstory of that CD. That's basically the training that Jim had in his Take Charge of Your Own Life audio program from Nightingale Conant. Some of you remember that company. And one of the audios there was talking about 3 basic laws and the law of averages. Okay, guys, we're back. I don't know what happened. Everybody's jumping back. Appreciate you being. I need to pay more attention to the heart stuff and just, you know, I start focusing on what I'm trying to communicate with you guys, and yeah, there's the hearts. I start focus on what I'm trying to. I've been talking and didn't even know that I lost connection here or why. So if somebody, where was I when what was I talking about? Because I want to make sure I gave it to you. Bravo. You know, good to have you guys back. I don't know what happened. I wanted. Did you hear about time management? Just somebody type in yes or no. Did you hear me talk about time management? Y'all are sharing now. Cool. No? Screen blur. You did? Some of you heard, some of you didn't? Okay, let me just cut this down so I can get, because I have 3 more things. Time management. We did a webinar on this. It's free. It's really important. If you go to mlmhelp.com and you scroll down about halfway down the page, you're going to see a little box that looks like this on your screen. It's about halfway down the page, and it's time management for network marketers. I cover the time management system we've been teaching for years and years for part-timers as well as full-timers. There's about an hour and a half training there. It's for you free, okay? So I'm not going to go much beyond that. I cannot believe, so if you didn't hear time management, then you certainly didn't hear number 3 question that we got today, and that was, and keep the hearts coming, guys, just so I know that I'm still connected with you guys and y'all are hearing what I'm saying. Number 3 today, without question, the number 1 response, the third response, the most common was people, what was holding you back was fear of failure and fear of rejection. Fear of failure and fear of rejection. And we have a program. You can't even buy it right now. We've taken it off the market. We're hoping to re-release it maybe the first of the year. We're adding some new scientific research, doing a lot of stuff. Some studies that have been done. But I don't know if you can see that's called Programming Your Mind for Success. It's at programmingyourmind.com. If you go there, you won't see anything right now. We don't even have a landing page where you can be notified when it's going to be re-released. We'll do that soon, but we haven't even got to that yet. So I want to teach you a technique that if you will implement tonight, if you have fear of failure, if you have fear of rejection, I promise what I'm getting ready to share with you will make a difference. It's going to make a difference. Is it the complete answer? For some of you, it could be. Not for most of you, because this is an issue, guys. Fear of failure, fear of rejection. Here's the first thing you need to understand. You need to get this. When you feel like you're being rejected, it is a programmed response. It's an automatic, you've heard the term knee-jerk reaction. It's a knee-jerk reaction. It's a programmed response. You can't prevent that if you wanted to. You're going to feel, if you feel rejection, you're going to feel it. Now, here's the reality. There's somebody else, many people, that could experience the exact same thing you just experienced and not have that knee-jerk reaction. That's powerful. If you hear me. So, well, Dale, what do you mean they could? That made me feel rejected. I understand that. You're right. It did. It was a knee-jerk reaction. You couldn't have stopped it if you wanted to. But I'm here to tell you, there's thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that would have went through the same thing and not felt the same way. So, and the same goes for fear of failure. You know, sometimes you're overcome with like, what if this doesn't work for me? I'm putting my credibility on the line. I'm talking to everybody I know. I'm trying to get referrals from people. I'm trying to look for leaders. I'm spending money on this. I'm spending money on that. And we get so wrapped up in what if it doesn't work for me? I'm going to give you the technique tonight that will start to change those negative brain cell patterns that you have. We all have them. Okay, when I quit seeing hearts, I think I've lost my connection. Okay, good, thank you. Number one, there's 3 steps. Number one, understand it's a programmed response. Number two, when you feel rejection, when that feeling comes upon you, you have to consciously combat it. And here's how you do it. You say, cancel, cancel. Literally, cancel, C-A-N-C-E-L. Cancel, cancel. Cancel, cancel. And you replace it with the positive. I replaced it with, I never see rejection as rejection, only as a chance to refine my skills. SW4. Some will, some won't. So what? Somebody's waiting for me. SW4. Now, I want you to imagine, guys, because fear of rejection is an issue for most people that come into this industry. It is. And imagine if you could teach every single one of them that when they had that knee-jerk reaction feeling, they said, cancel, cancel. Cancel, cancel. I never see rejection as rejection. I only see it as a chance to refine my skills. SW4. Some will, some won't. So what? Somebody's waiting for me. Now, imagine an organization of people that have that programmed in their mind, and they've replaced that feeling, that knee-jerk reaction that will get them nowhere in any aspect of their life, with something that can move them forward in their life. So that's how to overcome fear of rejection. Okay, that's the starting point. There's a lot more, but that's the starting point. Until you get a hold of what your self-talk is and what you're telling yourself and what you're feeling, and you become really aware of that, it's impossible to change it. Most people are yanked around every day by their own thoughts and emotions. And, it's just not going to work when those thoughts and emotions are tied to important things in network marketing, like you never see rejection as rejection, only as a chance to refine your skills, SW4. Make sense? I hope this makes sense. Next concept, fear of failure. And again, I understand that. I'm putting my credibility on the line. I'm giving up softball. I'm doing all this stuff to try, people make fun of me that I work with because I'm the vitamin guy. I went through all that. I understand that. I understand that. What if it doesn't work somehow? And I want to share something with you. And I hope you can see that CD right there. It's Jim Rohn, and the title of it is How to Build a Network Marketing Business. Now, I'll give you a little bit of the backstory there. This CD is available. We probably have it on MLMhelp.com. I'm not sure. We used to have it in our store. We probably still do. I know we do because they're still in here. But you can find it on Amazon. I don't care where you get it. But here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Buy the CD. Don't listen to it. Don't listen to it. Memorize it. Memorize it. Make it part of you. I bought from Nightingale Conant, Jim Rohn's Take Charge of Your Life, 6 audio set tape, way back when it came out. There was a audio in there called 3 Basic Laws, which is basically this audio right here. 3 Basic Laws. I heard it. I heard it dozens of times. I went and saw Jim in Columbus, Ohio, and he talked about 3 basic laws, and that day a lot of things clicked for me, but it's like, man, I finally get it. It doesn't matter. Don't get emotionally involved in who does, who doesn't. We all have a number, and here's what I really walked away with. The law of averages works for everyone. As your skill sets get better and your mindsets get stronger, your number decreases. But you guys have heard me talk about this 5 million times. For you to go from where you are to where you want to go in your network marketing career, there's X number of people, X number that you're going to have to contact before you're going to get where you're trying to go. X number. I don't know what it is. I don't know what your number is. But the law of averages dictates, it's mandatory, it cannot be disputed that, and we'll say your number is 10,000 people. And as soon as you've exposed, and when I say exposed, my definition of exposed is they got to hear the entire story. Not you trying to twist their arm into joining something they don't want to be part of. They were able to hear the entire story. And as soon as 10,000 people have heard the entire story, that you got them to a point where they could hear the whole story, then you're going to be making $25,000 a month residual for the rest of your life. How quick could you do it? So could you do it? Could you expose 10,000 if it was guaranteed 25,000 residual for life? Could you, if you had to? If that was the way your comp plan worked, absolutely, positively you could. So then why don't we get through as many people on a daily, monthly basis as we can? And the reason we don't is because we get too emotionally involved and we have too many knee-jerk reactions like fear of failure, fear of success. I said fear of success. That's another topic. Fear of failure, fear of rejection. So this CD that's available now was originally on Jim's 6 audio set from Nightingale Conant. It transformed my business when I got my emotions out of it, and I just understand the name of the game is sorting through people. Amateurs try to convince, professionals sort. Let me get through as many people on a daily, weekly, monthly basis as I can. I can generate all the leads I'll ever need to go as far as I want to go. I'm going to continue to get better with my leadership, and I'm going to use the proven law of averages that works for everybody to work for me. It will work for me whether I want it to or not. If I'm the worst network marketer that's ever walked the face of the planet, if I hit my number, I will get to that position that I am working towards. We all have a number. The formula is X number of people exposed equals 25,000 a month, and you being a diamond or whatever you're working towards in your company. That's the formula. It's a formula. It's scientific. The law of averages is proven. It's not theory. Yes, As your skill sets and mindsets become better, that number decreases. But if you never got any better than you are tonight, when you hit that number, you're going to hit that position and that income. And that's just the way it is, guys. We can fight it. We can say, why don't they get it? They should understand. Or we could just, you know what? Somebody's waiting. Somebody's waiting. Some will, some won't. So what? Somebody is waiting, and keep getting through the numbers. It's your choice. It's your choice. So anyway, when we had the opportunity to hire Jim Rohn years ago to speak for our organization, man, it was unbelievable. That was an unbelievable time. And I know some of you that are with us tonight were there that day. And if you haven't seen the introduction, you can see it on YouTube. Dale Calvert introduces Jim Rohn, but it was, one day I'll tell you all about that whole experience. But it was unbelievable. And then a few years later, they took that training that he did at our event, and I'll go on and share this with you since I'm still getting hearts. And this is just a little part of the whole story. But right before he got ready to come, they said, look, Jim's working on this brand new program, it was his second series is what he was working on. He said, and, y'all specifically said in the contract you wanted him to cover 3 basic laws, and he really wants to do this new information and blah, blah, blah. And I said, absolutely, positively, no. We love to hear as much from him. He can have as much time. We'd love to hear as much from him as we possibly can. But he has to cover 3 basic laws. He has to. No, he has to. And so he did graciously. And he got out his journal and he went through it, and it was unbelievable. Some of you saw the DVDs from that event. It was just unbelievable. But years later, they took that same concept and they made it available to all network marketers, and very polished in that audio CD. Again, it's called How to Build a Network Marketing Business, Jim Rohn. Find it on Amazon. We probably have it at MLM Health. I know we do, but I don't even know if it's on one of our websites. We use it. We send it to people sometime. Number 4, this is the last thing. And I'm probably going to throw a lot of people under the bus with this one, and I'm not meaning to, because it doesn't matter to me one way or the other. But some people are going to take it that way, and I understand, and I get it, and I have friends that, teach people to, buy the lead list and pound the phones and all that. And so the number 4 was they wanted to know, and I got this from multiple people, and it was like questions like, Dale, I'm not having any success cold calling professionals. What? You mean? And then somebody else says, I'm calling chiropractors, blah, 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 blah. I'm using the scripts. And I called 110. I've called 110, and I haven't got nobody that's interested in looking at my business. I can promise you this: you have never, ever heard me teach that. I don't know who's teaching that. I don't really care who's teaching that, but I know they're a moron. She's a moron. Whoever is teaching it is a moron. To teach people to get out the phone book and call professionals to build their business. And I'll tell you where all this started. It all started many years ago with lead generation programs like Lead System. No, it was before Lead System Pro. Pro Step. There were some other programs. It's like they started selling leads to network marketers. And then they started having gurus do trainings where they would get on the phone and they would call whoever and they would follow the script. And it was just to sell leads. That was the whole deal. It was beyond scammy, in my opinion. I would never teach a new person. The only time I've ever said that you should ever use leads or buy leads is when you can voice broadcast them where you don't have to waste your time calling a lot of negative people that have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't sign up for this. I didn't do that. I've heard the horror stories for years. For years. So I would never, ever tell somebody to pick up the yellow pages and call professionals. As many of you have heard me say many times, I don't care what their background is. I don't care if they're a chiropractor, and I have nothing against chiropractors. I have nothing against, I've sponsored many chiropractors. We had so many chiropractors in our organization at one time. We did a whole session just with chiropractors and made a CD that they could give to other chiropractors. I have no problem with chiropractors, doctors. One of the first people I ever sponsored in Shackley was a medical doctor. I have no problem with professionals, CPAs, any of those people. No problem. They're welcome. Come, join. Let's row. But to teach somebody to get out the yellow pages and call those people is beyond stupid. It's beyond ignorant. It's not going to get people anywhere in their business. Maybe there's 1%, maybe it's not even 1% of the population that can do that. But most people, by the time they make 10 calls, they're done. They're cooked. Their attitude's gone. You talk about fear of rejection. So people are asking me, Dale, I'm following the scripts for calling professionals and I'm not getting anywhere. They're not my scripts. I would never teach that. It aggravates the fire out of me. And see, again, these lead programs had the gurus who were self-proclaimed or who called themselves a guru who had never really built anything. And they were getting on the phone, and at the end of the phone call, then they would sell lead packages to naive newbie distributors. And I guess it's still going on today. Okay? I don't get it. I don't understand it, and there's no way I would ever endorse it, and I would be more than happy to debate this with anybody that would like to debate it because it's not even an issue. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You've got some person that got to the top of a team. They have no clue how they got there. They're probably really trying to help their people. So they have them, they say, well, maybe this will work for them. And it's just, that is an act of desperation because they never got proper direction in the beginning. Okay, next thing. Understand, when I talk about cold calling and buying leads and calling professionals, that's what I'm speaking of. Okay, now we're going to kind of change gears a minute, but it was in the same question format concept that I want to cover one other thing. If you're going to become a professional in this industry, you have to get past fear of the telephone. Not so you can call professionals or lead lists, but for me, when I started, I could do postcards. I could have people call into my voicemail box who was responding to my postcard. I could run an ad in the Thrifty Nickel or another, coffee house news. And people were calling my ad. And they said, yeah, I saw your ad in the Thrifty Nickel. I'd like to know more about what you're doing. I was afraid to call those people back. And see, I know some of you can't even relate with what I'm saying. But some of you can. I was afraid to contact people that had responded to my ads. So fear of the phone. Now I'll call President Obama right now if he'd take my call. It doesn't bother me today at all. But when I started, that fear of the phone, you talk about a program response. Man, I was scared to death to call back people that had asked me to call them back. So I had to overcome that. And I bought a book at the time. I went to a bookstore and I bought a book called Overcoming Call Reluctance. And I did a lot of different things. And it took me a while. It didn't take me forever. It didn't take me that long because I was determined to get past this, because I knew if I don't, I'll never fulfill my potential in this industry. I have to overcome this. And again, I wasn't working on trying to get better at time management and overcoming my fear of the phone all at the same time. Take one challenge, conquer it, move to the next one. Now, as far as lead generation, let's see if I can show you this book right here. It's free for you guys tonight. It's at www.6, the numeral, that's 6D, like Dale, 6D MLMtraining.com. 6DMLMtraining.com. And this booklet will share with you exactly how to master lead generation. And it'll tell you, learn this. After you learn this and you get comfortable with it and you master that system, then go to this system. And then go to this system. And it walks you through how to become a master at lead generation. At no point in this book do we say cold lead list are professionals. If you're doing that, stop. Stop immediately. Stop. It will not work. It's not duplicatable. You're going to scare the pants off most of your distributors before you ever start if they think that's what they have to do to build a business. 60 MLM training. This I did want to mention. I don't know if you can see this. It's losephoneFear.com. LosephoneFear.com. Again, you can go on Amazon and buy a book on overcoming call reluctance. Or you can go to Lose Phone Fear. This is my program. This is specifically exactly what I did to conquer call reluctance. Okay, guys, I'm almost done, but I do want to share one other thing with you. Those are the first 4 questions. Cold calling professionals, cold calling leads. Stop doing it. Overcoming fear of failure and overcoming fear of rejection. Use the cancel technique. Start today. Today. Don't quit doing it. There's a little tiny book called The 7-Day Mental Diet. It was written by a nun in like the 30s or the 20s. You can probably find it on Amazon. It's kind of hard to find. The 7-Day Mental Diet. Little tiny red book. You can read it in 20 minutes. You should read that book. Time management. Okay, again, time management was number 2. Go to MLMhelp.com. Look for that icon. It's about halfway, 3/4 down the page. We've got a whole webinar to help you with time management. How do I generate leads? This is going to be free. 7 ways to create leads for your network marketing organization. It's going to be free on Amazon tomorrow. It's a $7 book. We're giving it away to everybody that's been on this Periscope tonight. If you don't have a Kindle, you can go to Kindle for PC, do a search on that on Google, and you can download a program that will allow you to read any Kindle book right on your PC. Last thing I want to share with you. If you have questions, if you go to MLMhelp.com, and I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I can find it. Right up towards the top here, it will say Ask Dale. Ask Dale. Okay, now, right below that is another gift I'm going to give you guys tonight. Right below that, there'll be a banner that says, The Road to $10,000 a month in network marketing video training. It's yellow right there. Okay, and then right above that is Ask Dale. 2 things before I let you go tonight. If you have a question, guys, I'm getting in a mode now. I'm spending way too much time answering questions, but I want to answer your questions. I want to help you. I want to give you proper direction. I wish that there was somebody I could say, go follow that guy or that girl because they'll help you get where you want to go. I can't do it. I can't. I wish I could. So I'm in the process. I don't really know what I'm doing right now. Somebody asked me today, they said, Dale, where's all this ending up? You're on Periscope, you're doing free webinars. What are you doing? And I promise you, there's no master plan. There is no master plan. I don't need to be selling my materials to make my living. Don and I have other business models we love, we work together. This is just what I need to be doing at this point in my life for multiple reasons that I will explain one day. So there is no master plan other than that, other than I am sick and tired of seeing good people leave this industry never to return because somebody told them to get out the yellow pages and start calling chiropractors or whatever. That's one of many things that people are being taught to do that just absolutely bothers me. Now, say, well, Dale, why do you think you can do it? Why do you think you can help me? Look, it's simple. Always ask yourself, who is this person and why should I be listening to them? And then here's what you want to look at. Their real track record. Track record. I've always, and I've had multiple conversations over the last 15 years with people. And I said, my gracious, if people really knew the backstory of this person, would they ever listen to a word that they ever say? But it's track record. And you need to, and again, one thing that's really changed my mind in the last 90 days that really gave me a paradigm shift, and then I'm going to give you the how you can get the free resource, is I heard somebody say, wasn't involved in the network marketing industry, but they said, a persistent person will always find the mentor that can help them go where they need to go or where they desire to go. A persistent person will always find the mentor that can help them go where they want to go. And it's like, wow. That's kind of a brain tweak for me because the challenge in network marketing is most people quit within 90 days anyway. So why would any intelligent person try to come into this industry and build a real business, training, consulting, and doing seminars when they know those are true? And so again, there's a lot of stuff going on in my brain, which again, I hope it will release at some point. But I appreciate you guys being with us. So anyway, if you have a question, you can go here at the top. It says Ask Dale. That's what I was trying to get to. Ask Dale. And you can record it right online. If you got a mic in your laptop, you can say, hey, Dale, this is so-and-so. I work this program. Here's my question. I will respond. Not sure exactly when, how, but I will respond. I will as soon as I possibly can. I can say that. The other thing I want to tell you is there's a DVD here at mmhelp.com, that yellow-looking link right here. And it's the road to $10,000 a month in network marketing. We sell it every week, $29.97. Tonight, only because you've been on this Periscope, I'm going to give it to you. Now, when you go there, it's going to ask for the access code. And I'll even give it to the people that watch the replay. Okay, because it's only going to be up 24 hours anyway. But it's the road to $10,000 a month in network marketing. Now, that sounds like a catchy title, blah, blah, blah. Guys, it is the road. It's the road. It's the road you must travel. If you want to build it to $10,000 a month and have groups of people behind you that are doing the same thing and help them get to $10,000 a month and move you further, and those people have more people coming up to the $10,000 a month, and you want to develop that kind of organization where you have leaders, developing the second wave, developing the third wave, developing the fourth wave. It's real. The code is 10, the numeral 10. Somebody said, great Steph Dale. I appreciate that. The code is the numeral 10, capital K, 10K. So when you go to mlmhelp.com and it'll say, and you click on that link, it'll say insert your password. It'll be 10K. And that's free to you guys tonight for supporting me on Periscope. I appreciate it. More than you know. I appreciate it. I'm giving you the best content that I possibly can. I hope you enjoyed your time with me tonight. Always leave me comments on Facebook. And guys, let me say one other thing before I let you go. If you have not gone here yet, if you don't know how to, if you've not gone here, MLM Success Podcast. Today we released our fourth show. I did the interview last week. Dynamite information. You need to hear it. Somebody said, oh yeah, I heard it. It was awesome. Go MLM6, and please, here's what you can do. Please leave us a testimony on iTunes so we can let other people know. Here's the deal, guys. Here's where I'm living right now. And again, every time I do these, I think, man, Dale, you shouldn't have got there. You shouldn't walk down there. You shouldn't have said that. You should have, But here's what I believe. There's enough good, honest, hardworking people that care enough about other people, who feel a responsibility to help those people progress, understanding that 70% will quit regardless what you, me, or anybody else does. That's just the way it is. 3% do it with or without us. But those 27% in there, that if we give them the right systems, the right programs, we help them with their time management, we help them understand the program responses that they have that are non-productive in their life. I believe there's enough good people around the world in this industry that not will just help me spread the message right now, which is what I'm asking you to do by leaving iTunes reviews. Why do I want that? So my podcast is because we have to find other people like you. The industry needs you. I'm not gonna be doing this the rest of my life. I want you to do it. And not with any particular company. I'm not involved with a company. I'm not building a team. Somebody said, Dale, you're getting ready to start a network marketing. No, absolutely not. My grandkids are way too important to me to take on that kind of hassle. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I have no interest at all. At all. I just know that what we teach works long-term for good people that understand what personal growth and development means and can recognize it in themselves. And I just feel like I have to do what I'm doing right now. I have to. And I'm enjoying it now. I dreaded it the beginning of August. I came to this realization in my life in July. I fought it. Honestly, I've been fighting it for 15 years. I've been around the industry. A lot of people say, "Dale, you've had a training, consulting, and seminar company for years." Yeah, I have. But it all happened by accident. Now it's happening on purpose. And the proof will be in your results. The proof will be in your results. So, guys, I appreciate you tuning in tonight. My supper, I'm sure, is cold. Your time is the most valuable asset that you have. I will never take it for granted. So thanks for being with me. I'll be back between 12 and 12:30 in the morning, and we'll share something that I hope will move you forward and give you something to think about the rest of the day. Thanks for being with me tonight, guys. Remember the resources. Go get them. You do not want to not see that road to $10,000 a month in network marketing. It's free. Again, 10K is the password to access it. Have your notebook ready. It is the road. Thanks for all the hearts. I appreciate you guys. We'll talk to you again soon. Talk to you in the morning. Good night.